a bit of community to make the suffering we're about to put ourselves through a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, a little easier to stay consistent with. So if you're ready, let's get going. Let's get warming up. Let's get ready to do some hip cars. Hip cars look a little bit like this. We're going to lift our knee up as high as we can in front. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Then we're going to go that way. Boom. Send that leg far, 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 far that way. Contract your glutes, flex those muscles, lift the knee up a little bit more, and then let's rotate the leg. Bring the knee down, bring the ankle up, bring the knee down, bring the ankle up, bring the knee down, bring the ankle up. Oh. Flex the hamstrings until you're about to get a little cramp, and then we're going to bring the leg down and back. All right? Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, feel that stretch in the hip flexor. That is 1 rep. We're doing 10 of these on the left side. We're doing 10 on the right side. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more, down and back. 1, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 2, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 3, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 4, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 5, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 6, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 7, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 8, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 9. Last 1, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 10. Whew, those are hip cars on one side. Take a second, shake out your legs, give them a little flop, and let's get ready to go on the other side. Whew. Strong core. Stand up nice and straight and tall, and let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 1, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 2, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 3, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 4, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 5, high knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 6. Keep on going. Try to lift your legs as much as you can. Rotate far, rotate further. Keep rotating. Bring that leg down and back. Lift. 7. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 8. Keep going. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 9. Last 1, high knee. High knee some more. Keep high kneeing. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 10. That is our hip cars going forward. Now, we're going to shake out our legs. We're going to relax for a hot second. Those hips are warming up. We're going to go in reverse. All right? When we go in reverse, the first thing we're going to do is bring that leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, feel the stretch right here. We're going to lift the leg up to this side. Lift, 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 lift. Whoop. From here, we're going to rotate the knee in, lift the ankle up, rotate the ankle down, lift the knee up, and bring the knee to the front. That is 1 rep. We're doing 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Hope you were able to catch your breath because we're going. Let's do it. I'm going to face forward so you can mirror me. Let's go. Leg back. Boom. Side. Contract this muscle right here. Lift as high as you can. Rotate the knee down. Lift the ankle up. Rotate the knee up. Ankle down. And bring that leg forward. Go a little bit beyond forward. Push a little that way if you can. Really work all of the muscles in your hip. Get as far and deep as you can in each direction. All right? Let's go. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 2. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 3. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 4. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 5. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 6. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's 7. 3 more. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's 8. 2 more. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. 9. Last 1. Back. Side. Ankle. Ankle. Knee. That's 10. Whew. Those are some hip cars. If your hips are feeling tired, don't worry. That's okay. That's normal. Remember, the goal is to keep on rotating, keep on going a little bit deeper, using your own muscle power, using your own strength, so that you can build more strength, build more mobility, and build more control. All right, we got one last leg. And we'll be done with our hip cars. Y'all ready? Let's go. Keep the core nice and strong. Get nice and stable in this one leg. Let's begin. Back. side, lift, 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 rotate, rotate, knee, bring a little past if you can, that's one, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's two, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's three, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's four, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's five, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. Now we're definitely at least at six, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, seven, three more, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's eight, two more, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee, that's nine, last one, really focus, contract the hamstrings, contract the glutes, lift as high as you can, raise that leg up, feel the contraction right here, lift, 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 rotate, bring the knee down, ankle up, bring the ankle down, lift the knee up, and finish by bringing it forward and around. Those are our hip cars. Then Che just came in and said, hello, hello, hello. Whew. We are done with our first warm-up exercise. We're going to move on into warm-up exercise number two. It is called the elephant walk. What we're going to do next is and bring our belly buttons down towards the ground. All right. If you're not flexible enough to get super low and you're in this kind of position, that's totally okay. Just focus on trying to bring your belly button low to the ground. All right. From here, I want you to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. All right. Again, inhale. Exhale. Let your body flop. If your back rounds a little bit because you're relaxing, that's okay. If your back is rounding because you're trying to smash your face into the knee, we don't want that. That's too much stress. All right. Chill. Relax. And from here, we're going to add a little bit of movement. I want you to bend one knee. I want you to straighten out the other leg. I want you to fold that belly button down. I want you to switch the leg that's bent back and forth. All right. So right now my left leg is bent, my right leg is straight. I'm going to switch. Boom. Right leg is straight, left leg is bent. Sorry, what am I saying? Left leg is straight, right leg is just the other way around. Okay. One leg is always bent, one leg is always straight. Keep switching. Back and forth. You might want to widen your stance a little bit, see if there's a more comfortable version to do. I'm going to take some time to tell you about the rest of the show. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering we're putting ourselves through right now a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, a little easier to stay consistent with. So if you like hip mobility, which is what we're doing right now, if you like the idea of working towards your side splits, which is eventually what we're going to be doing at the end of the show, and if you like the idea that we're here to practice consistency, we're here every single day at 9 p.m., then make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep coming back. All right? July 4th is coming up. Let me know if you guys intend to be here, because I know I literally just said we do this every single day, but if there's not like 10 regulars who go, oh, I'm definitely gonna be here on July 4th at 9 p.m. Don't worry, then I might not do it, because most of the audience is in the U.S. and if you're out celebrating, which you absolutely should enjoy, then I'll maybe do a super fast like 10-minute version instead of a full hour. All right, let me know in the chat, and I'll remind you a little bit later at the end of the show. All right. Once you have hit follow and you've hit subscribe, we're probably ready to move on to our next iteration of this movement. We're gonna go a little deeper. We're gonna bring our belly buttons down towards the ground, a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper. And if you are ready, we're gonna keep on bending the knees. Let's go, bend. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. All right, pop into a little bit of a squat. Bring your butt down, bring your chest up, come back into standing. That is our second warm-up exercise. Those are our elephant walks. Whew, I'm sweating. It is hot. We're going to move on into our third warm-up exercise. It's called thoracic rotation. The thoracic spine is basically this chunk of your back right here. Below the neck, approximately your belly button-ish area. That part of your back is designed to bend. It's designed to flex. It's designed to arch and slouch, and it's designed to rotate. All right. If you are ready, we're going to move on into warm-up exercise number 3. We're going to get back into the position we were just in, where one leg is bent, one leg is straight. We're folding forward. We're going to take the arm from the bent leg side. We're going to reach across to that straight leg. We're going to push off the straight leg. We're going to rotate our chest. We're going to stick our arm up into the air. We're going to rotate our neck to look at that hand. We're going to inhale, exhale, and reach over our shoulders. Woo, that's half a rep. We're going to do the other side. This leg is bent. This leg is straight. We're taking the arm from the bent leg side. We're reaching across to the straight leg. We're pushing off that leg. We're opening it up. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo, over that shoulder. Make sure to exhale. It'll let a lot of pressure come out of your chest. It'll let you rotate a little deeper. That's one. We're doing 5 of these. Let's go. Number 2. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. That's 2. Other side. That's 2 again. Let's go straight for number 3. Inhale. Exhale, reach. And other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. That's 3. 4 and 5. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing with my fingers. 4 and 5. Let's go. 4. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. And other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. That's 4. For number 5, we're going to start from the top. We're bending one knee. We're straightening out the other leg. We're folding our belly buttons down towards the ground. We're taking the arm from the bent leg side. We're reaching across, pushing off that straight leg. We're going to push. We're going to rotate our chests. We're going to try our best to extend this arm straight up into the air. We're going to look at the hand. Inhale, exhale, reach. Ready? Let's go. Reach. That's 5. And other side. Inhale, exhale, reach. That is 5. Oh, that is our third warm-up exercise. Let's continue with our final warm-up exercise number 4. All right? We're going to do something called Cossack switches. And they look a little bit like this. We're going to open up our legs decently wide. It doesn't have to be crazy. We're not doing splits just yet. But we are going to drop down into a deep squat on one leg. If you're new to the show, you might want to drop to about here. And that'll be perfectly fine for you to start with. All right? If you've been here for a while, you've been doing this, you like mobility work, you've been training already, maybe you can drop super low. If you can drop super low, go ahead, drop as low as you want, get deep, and when you're ready, we're going to scoot our butts that way. If you're here, you might be able to go and just slide on over. Perfect. If you're a little bit lower, you might need a little bit of support. You might need a little bit of help. Feel free to use your hands to help bring your hips over. All right? Come on over to the other side, and we're going to try and mirror the position we just did. Deep squat here, basically a side split on the other leg. All right? From here, we're ready to go back. Hands! And that is 1 rep. We're counting. We're doing 10 in total, so we got 9 more to go. Keep on going. Come on across. That's the first half of number 2. Let's finish number 2 and 2. If you're feeling real strong, you're like, I don't need my hands to get across, feel free to skip it. Come on across. Come on back. That's 3. If you need to slow it down, feel free to come to the other side. Pause. Breathe. Exhale. See if you can exhale and sink a little deeper into your stretch. Then flex those muscles. Come on back. I think that's 3 or maybe that's 4. I kind of lost track. I think that's 4. I'm going to call it 4. And 4. Keep going. And back. That's 5. If you're ready to go a little bit harder, you don't have to. These are all optional, by the way. You can start with and stick with the first thing that we do with the hands down. We are going to, however, introduce you lots of different variations for you to work on. All right. Next one, I want you to sit up a little straighter. I want you to bring your chest up, stick your head up into the ceiling without changing the angle of your hips too much, and then come on across. You might want to stick your hands out in front of you to help counterbalance, and that is 6, I think. Keep going. Across, that's 7. We got 3 left. If your knees are feeling a little achy, feeling a little sensitive right here on the inside, you can make it easier by coming up a little bit, and then coming across, and then sinking back down. That's 8 and 8. We got 2 more, 9 and 10. Let's do another one of these. Come on up. Up is relative to wherever you are, right? So if you're really low to the ground, coming up just a little bit might be a lot higher than somebody else's lowest point, all right? That's 9. And let's finish up number 10 with some squats, all right? want you to power through this leg, the squatting leg. I want you to come back into standing. You ready? 3, 2, 1. 10. And we gotta do one last leg. Slowly come on down with control. Breathe. Sink into it. And let's get ready. Number 10. There we go. That is our Cossack switches, our Cossack squats, and we are ready to move on to our workout. All right, that was our warm up. Those are our 4 warm up exercises. It's time for us to get into the meat of this workout. And if that sentence scared you, don't worry. This is a side splits and hip mobility show. All right, most of it is going to be stretching from here on out, and you don't need that much strength. There's going to be way fewer reps going back and forth, anything like that. So, if you're ready, you should probably know what the rest of the show is about. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We're doing that every single day starting at 9 p.m., which means we started 17 minutes ago, whatever time that is for you, is when we are live every single day, Monday through Sunday. So we do hip mobility, side splits, and we do this every day to practice a little bit of consistency, because consistency is the real secret magic power that helps everything actually happen. All right. So hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back if this is your jam, and if it's not your jam, then hang out a little bit longer and let me convince you otherwise that it is your jam. All right, we're gonna move on into our stretches. The first stretch we're gonna do is a hamstring stretch. All right, the way we're gonna do it is gonna look a little bit like this. We're gonna have one knee down on the ground. We're gonna have one leg extended. We're gonna fold our bodies forward. Whee! I recommend you'll grab a little cushioning, a little padding for the knee that is down. All right, could be a couch cushion, decorative pillow, flip flop, sneakers, yoga mat, anything with a little bit of foam, a little bit of cushioning will do. All right, I got a yoga mat that I have finally rolled up this time instead of just having this folded mess, and I'm gonna stick it right here on the ground, and I'm gonna stick my knee into it. If you got a piece that is big enough for both knees to rest on, perfect. Stick with both knees down. All right. From here, we're going to try and get this really straight body. Knees to the hips, to the shoulders, to the head. Nice straight line. All right. Then I want you to extend one leg out in front without losing this straight line. And we're going to fold. We're going to bring the belly button to touch the thigh, or do our best to do it. All right. Go ahead and begin to fold. Exhale and fold. As soon as you get stuck, as soon as your muscles get a little tight, you go, ooh, and you don't want to continue forward. You don't have to push any harder, all right? We're going to breathe. We're going to take a big breath in. Inhale. We're going to relax. We're going to let your body flop over your leg, and we're going to breathe again. Inhale. Relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Relax. Third time. Let's do it. Inhale. Relax. Once you've sunk in a little deeper into your stretch, we're going to add a little bit of movement. All right. What I want you to do is bring your knee up. And I want you to try and fold your upper body down so that your chest, your belly button, your everything in between your torso is touching the thigh. All right. From here, we're going to plant both our hands down on either side for a little bit of stability to make it easier on ourselves. And then we're going to try and straighten out the leg. All right. When that leg is straightened out, you might find you're a little tiny bit deeper than you were before you got into it. Great. We're going to do 5 more of these. All right. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Each time you bring the knee up, see if you can come up a little less so that you fold a little bit more into the stretch. And if you can, great. If you cannot, don't worry about it. Just do a couple of reps. Once you've done 5 or so, we're going to get a little deeper into our stretch. All right, what we're going to do next is called the inhale, exhale, fold. What we're going to do is take a huge breath into our chest. We're going to slowly let that air out. And while we exhale, we're going to fold, 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 fold. Focus on bringing the belly button down to the ground. You ready? Let's go. Big breath in. Inhale. Exhale and fold, 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 fold. Woo! That is a little bit deeper. We're going to inhale, relax. Let your body flop over that leg. Again, inhale. Relax. Let your body flop over that leg. Third time, inhale. Relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Next, we're going to bring the knee up, chest down, straighten it out again. Let's go. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Remember, if you can fold more, bring the knee up less, Bring the chest down more and then straighten out. Great. Do that. Once you've done about 5, you should be folding a little deeper. But also, we're going to go a little deeper with intention. We're going to do the inhale, exhale, fold. Ready? Big breath in. Inhale. Exhale and fold, 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 fold. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Whew. Oh, man. Once you're a little bit deeper, we're going to inhale, relax. Again, let's go. Inhale. Whew. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. Let your body flop over that leg. Inhale, relax. Sink a little deeper. Third time's a charm. Inhale. Relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. And this is the final time we're going to do the knee bends. Let's go. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. That's 1 knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 2 knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 3 knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 4 knee. Chest. Straighten. That's 5. We're going to hang out here for the next 30 seconds. That's it. That's the whole thing. 30, 29, 28. Keep on breathing. If you want to do the inhale, relax thing, feel free to do that. Inhale. Let your body flop over that leg. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep breathing. Keep folding. 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our hamstring stretch. Come on up. Bring our legs in. Get into a, Captain Morgan's pose position for a second. And catch your breath. Chill. That is 1 leg. We got a whole nother leg to do. Bring your knee underneath you so that you're back into this kneeling position. Flex your glutes, flex your abs. Pretend somebody's about to spank you. Go, oh, protect your butt cheeks. Somebody's about to punch you in the stomach. Go, oh. Flex those abs. Get nice and strong. Get back into this long, tall, straight position. And let's bring the other leg out in front and get ready to stretch. Other leg in front. And remember, we're trying to keep this nice and straight. Let's fold. Bring the belly button down to the thigh. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Oh, as soon as you get stuck, feel free to stop. Inhale, relax. Let's go. Inhale. Let your body flop over that leg. Relax. Let's go again. Inhale. Relax. That's 2. Let's go for a third. Inhale. Relax. Let your body flop over that leg. We're going to do knee bends. Ready? Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. Remember, this is a new leg. We're restarting from scratch. Go as high as you need to. Help bring your chest down. Work on focusing on folding forward. Bring your upper body down to that leg. Get as deep as you can. And if you feel like you don't have to bring your knee up as high anymore, because you can fold forward, feel free to stop bringing your knee up as high. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say knee as high, what I mean is if this is a straight leg, you bring your knee up a little bit. You bring your knee up more, you bring your knee up more, right? The knee is going a little further out. The thigh is coming up a little bit higher, and it's easier to fold forward. All right, let's go. I think it's time for us to go a little deeper. Hopefully that was enough warm up. Let's go. Inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in. Slowly exhale, and we're gonna fold while we exhale. Ready? Let's do this. Big breath in. Inhale. Exhale and fold, 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 fold. Woo, that's a little deeper. Inhale, relax. Let your body flop, drop on down into that stretch again. Inhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. Third time's the charm. Inhale, relax. That's 3. Whew. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. Let's go. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. These do not have to be fast. They should not be explosive. Take your time with it. Fold forward, straighten out that leg. Fold forward, straighten out that leg. That's 4. Fold forward, straighten out that leg. That's 5. We're ready to go a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, fold. This is the last one on this leg, I promise. Let's go. Big breath in. Inhale. Exhale and fold, 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 fold. Fold, exhale. Sink a little deeper into your stretch, belly button down. And once your nose can go for the moment, inhale, relax. Let your body flop over that leg. Again, inhale. Relax. Sink a little deeper, third time, inhale. Relax. Man, that's 3 times. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 1. Knee, chest, straighten it out. Alexa, stop. Knee, chest, straighten it out. I don't know what I say, but apparently I say it during this exact stretch. It sounds like the word for Amazon's assistant. Straighten it out, and whew, that is 5. We're hanging out here for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27. Bring the belly button down. 26, 25. Inhale, relax. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our hamstring stretch. That was a lot. Breathe. Chill. Come on out of it. If you need to, bring both knees down, flex the glutes, flex the abs, get nice and tall, contract those muscles, wake up those glutes, wake up those abs in. Then we're ready to move on. That is our first stretch. Don't worry, the first one is extra painful, extra long because we need to set it up so that our hamstrings are prepared for everything else that's coming in through the show. All right. We got some other exercises, other stretches that require the hamstrings to already be loose so that we can focus on other parts of the body while doing the hamstrings at the same time. So that's why those take forever and you go through a ton of suffering. From here on out, it gets a little chiller for a second, and then it gets hard again, and it gets chill again, and it gets hard again. All right. We give you some little tiny mini breaks, so take advantage. Sit your butt down. Rest your back, rest your head up against the wall. I am not against the wall. I got this wooden thing over here. Just ignore that and pretend I'm against the wall, right? Head against the wall, shoulders against the wall, low back, butt, everything against the wall. Take your feet, bring them together so that the flats, the bottoms of your feet are touching, and then bring them in towards your groin. I'm currently sitting on top of the yoga mat for mostly the reason that it's a little grippier than the floor. And I need the grip in order to be able to focus on the next part. All right. So if your floor is also really slippery, maybe find something with a little bit more grip to sit on. Cool. All right. Next, this is our starting position for the butterfly stretch. The goal of this stretch is to bring your knees down into the ground so that you feel more of a stretch here in the groin area. The groin includes the adductors, so inner thigh muscles, and that's basically what we're focusing on. From here, I want you to get stronger. I want you to get more mobile with your own power. So I want you to contract your glutes. I want you to contract your outer thigh muscles. I want you to bring your knees down using your own strength. If you've never done this before and you're like, I don't know how to contract those muscles, what are you talking about? Just focus on 2 things. One, the stretch here in your inner thighs are getting a little bit more intense. Your knees went down towards the ground a tiny little bit. As long as you're moving in the right direction, that's all that matters. Next, we're going to take our hands, we're going to apply a little bit of pressure on the inside of the leg. All right? We're going to push straight down as best as you can. You're going to feel more of a stretch here in the inner thighs towards the center of your body. And that's good. If it's not a sharp, intense, crazy pain, you're good to continue. If it's just uncomfortable, that's normal. All right, let's go. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28. Every time you exhale, I want you to push a little deeper. All right, and hold that tension. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our stretch. Relax everything. Bring your legs and arms out of that stretch. Flap your wrists around a little bit if you can use it to help you relax. And then try your best to flap the wings of your legs too. Bring them up and down, flap them, shake them, wiggle them so that they come out of that uncomfortable stretch position. They start doing something else. All right? Once you've flapped your hands and your legs a little bit, we're going to move on into a more painful third stretch. It is called the standing pancake. All right. If you're a regular, or if you know the pancake, you're familiar with it, and you know you prefer the seated pancake, feel free to get into a seated pancake. But otherwise, if you're new to the show, if you've never done anything that sounds like the name of a food before, I'm going to explain the standing pancake, and it's where most of us should start. All right. We're going to open up our legs decently wide. Nothing crazy. We're not going to a side split yet. All right. Just decently wide is good. From here, we're going to fold. We're going to bring our belly buttons down towards the ground. Whee! Ugh. As soon as you get stuck folding forward, that is your starting position. From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. All right. When you're here in this position, gravity is pulling your head, pulling your chest, pulling your torso down into the ground. This is why we start here in the standing pancake, all right? Because gravity does a lot to help you out. To make gravity feel even more intense, stick your arms out in front of you so that your biceps are by your ears. Maybe even hold a small weight, small water bottle, something in your hands while you fold forward, and it'll feel a little crazier, all right? That is how we're gonna this is how we're gonna make the stretch a little bit more intense. All right. To start, it should look a little like this. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna relax for 30 seconds. We're gonna try and let our belly buttons come fold a little deeper into the ground. The deeper you can get, the better. The deeper your pancake. All right. Just try your best. If you're a regular, you've been doing this for a little bit, then we got a couple of tips for you to make it a little bit more interesting, a little harder. If you're folding forward enough that your hands are kind of brushing against the floor, you're like, my face is a little too close, and you're like, I don't like this. You can try to sit on something really high, like so, and see if that helps you fold a little bit deeper. All right. Alternatively, you can sort of sit your butt back. Instead of having your butt above your ankles, you can go and sit it back, have it go as far back as you can, and that will bring your upper body a little further from the floor. It'll make the stretch more intense. Finally, if you're a real masochist, you can open up your legs, you can spread, go deeper into your side split looking position, and that is going to make you suffer even more. All right? Those are all your options. I hope you're ready because there's nothing else I got left to offer. Find the leg width you like. Fold forward, bring your belly button down towards the ground. Stick your arms up if you want to. Stick your butt back if you want to. And let's get ready to go. 30 seconds. Breathe. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Keep breathing. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, put your hands down on the floor. Bring your legs in. If you're really stuck, you can try to wiggle your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels in towards the center of your body, and that will be how you come out of the pancake. Whew. Take a couple of quick steps, waddle around. Your inner thighs might be feeling a little crazy right now if you went and try to go super wide. That is normal. That's okay. And hopefully you'll appreciate the next stretch because it's a little bit more chill. We're moving on into our fourth stretch. You got the option between the figure four or the pigeon. If you know what those are, you're a regular. Feel free to jump into whichever one you prefer. But if you don't know what those are, today I'm going to demonstrate the pigeon because last night we did the figure four. Both stretches have the same fundamentals. We're taking one leg, we're crossing it over to the other side. We're grabbing that leg, we're bringing it up towards our belly button, and we're folding our belly button down towards that leg, like so. You're going to feel a stretch out here on the side of your glute. You might feel a stretch here, sort of in your hamstrings. Your hamstrings are usually the bottom back side of your leg, but when we rotate the leg, it'll sort of be here, right, on the inside. And you might feel a little bit of funkiness right here in the hip where you're actually doing that forward fold, all right? Let's drop down into the pigeon. So legs across the body. We're coming on down. All right. You can sit down first and then cross the leg. You don't have to do it the way I did. From here, we are taking this middle line between our eyes down to our belly button. And we're trying to find a midpoint between the knee and the ankle, somewhere around here. And we're going to try and match that line to that midpoint and fold forward. Fold, 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 boom. That is a pigeon stretch. We have some other options and other ways to make it a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging. You can totally, absolutely extend your legs off to the side. You can also have it bent off to the side. Find one that's comfortable-ish for you. If it's slightly uncomfortable, work on it. Maybe you'll become more comfortable in the future. So, if you want to focus only on the main stretch, feel free to find the one that's comfortable for you. If you want to focus on getting more comfortable with whatever this other leg is doing too, feel free to do a little bit of that. All right. And finally, if you've done some yoga, you might have seen a version of the pigeon that looks like this. Our leg is across the body. We're folding this way now, and this back leg is sticking out straight back behind us. When you get into this position, you're going to feel a whole bunch of stretch in the front of your hip. You're going to put a bunch of pressure on your knee, typically, and there's a couple of quick things you can do to help make it a little bit easier for you to jump into. All right. One of them is lean forward more. When you're leaning forward more, there's going to be less pressure on the hip, less pressure on that knee. It'll be a little bit easier. Alternatively, you can also elevate your front leg. What I mean by that is for most people, unless you are unbelievably flexible, when you stick this leg in front up, your hips are going to come up. When your hips come up, you got way more room underneath you to stick this leg underneath. It's going to make everything a little bit easier, and you can still focus on this stretch. So you don't have to elevate with yoga blocks. If you have a stool, you got an ottoman, coffee table, couch, bed, feel free to use any of those things to help elevate your leg. All right? Now that you know way too much about the pigeon stretch, let's actually do a couple. All right? Again, we're taking this middle line between the eyes down to the belly button. We're going to find that midpoint between the knee and the ankle. We're going to fold straight down. You ready? Let's go. Fold, 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 fold some more. Fold again. Keep folding. And 30 seconds. Let's go. Stick the leg behind you. That's optional. 30, 29, 28. I want you to breathe. I want you to exhale. I want you to turn into a little pile of jello on the floor. Sink into the ground. 25, 24, 23. On the exhale, release all the tension. Melt into the floor. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Sink into the floor. 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our pigeon stretch. All right. We're going to do the other side. These are real quick and easy. Like I promised. They get easy, hard, easy, hard. They alternate. All right. And when I say easy, hard, I mean like we don't spend a brutal amount of time like setting them up and going crazy with them. All right. Because for some of you, these stretches will also be really intense. Keisha hates these. Keisha's on YouTube. All right, let's go ahead and set up the other leg. Ready? Find that midpoint, find that middle line, fold forward, extend that leg back behind you if you want to. Fold, 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 fold. Keep the hips low, bring the chest down afterwards, and sink into the floor. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, sink a little deeper, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our stretch. That is our pigeon. Take a couple seconds. Come on up. Catch your breath. And shake out your hips. Do a little wiggle. Do a little flop. Do a little shake. Enjoy some of that newly relaxed mobility that you earned. All right. What we're doing on time. It is 9:40. Oh, we're doing good. We're ready to move on to our fifth and final stretch. All right. We're doing some side splits. The way we do side splits is a little bit different from the rest of the show, and that is because we're doing 3 rounds of 30 seconds, and everything else we only did 1 round of 30 seconds. We moved on, except for the hamstring stretch. That thing was crazy. All right, but we're doing 3 rounds of 30 seconds of side splits. If you've never done a side split before, don't worry. I'm going to break it down to little pieces. I'm going to tell you what things you can grab to help make it easier. And if at any point you're like, this is not for me, you can stop at any time. All right. Remember, this live is about side splits and hip mobility. Advanced hip mobility starts looking a little bit like side splits. All right. So if you don't care about side splits, if you don't want to keep on pushing a little bit deeper, that's totally fine. You get most of the benefit from the show already. But if you want to do some cool stuff, you want to train for something more intense, let's get ready to do some side splits. All right. Hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back. We do this every single day, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We started 41 minutes ago, all that stuff. Let's get into some side splits. First thing I want you to do is grab some hand support. All right. For the yoga blocks I just said. There they go. I am currently using two ginormous yoga blocks for hand support to basically set this up. Have my hand on some support, let my legs go a little wider. All right. I want you to go grab something to do basically that. It can be a stool, it could be a chair, it could be a coffee table, it could be an ottoman. I recommend that you grab something that is a little bit lighter, a little easier for you to move, but is stable enough that you can sort of lean into it without it toppling over. Grab something. If it's a bit taller, a little too tall, you think, you can always, instead of putting your hands down, you can stick your elbows down. So a chair would be fine if you just put your elbows down. Cool? All right. From here, once you're ready, grab your hand support, bring it with you, keep it right in front of you, and bring your butt over to a wall. All right? The wall's going to be your best friend. It's going to keep you from falling backwards. It's going to support you, and it's going to help you stay balanced. And now that you're ready to begin, open up your legs a little bit, nothing crazy. We're going to fold at the hips, bring the belly button down towards the ground. We're going to reach for our hand support. All right? If you can get into this position, perfect. We're ready to continue. If you are not ready just yet, remember your butt is touching the wall, your feet are wide, but not crazy wide, and your hands on your hand support. And I want you to find a comfortable, stable position where you let your legs go a little wider. All right? From here, we're going to do something called external leg rotation. It's going to look a little like this. Our knees are currently pointing kind of like in front-ish. Our toes are kind of pointing in front-ish. We're going to rotate that whole leg backwards like 90 degrees to do boom. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. And we got to do both sides. Boom. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. You don't have to do these while standing. You can do these while your hands are on your hand support. You might struggle a little bit. It is not the easiest position to get into. Just try your best, and when you do these, you rotate this big lumpy part of your thigh bone out of the way behind your butt so it doesn't smash into your hips. All right. And that is the purpose of this movement. It's not easy, but you absolutely need to do it because otherwise your bones are going to smash into each other and it's going to hurt instead. All right. From here, I want you to find a nice comfortable position where your butt is resting against the wall, your heels are down, your hands are supporting some of your weight on your hand support. And I want you to find a position where you don't feel like you're about to slip, you don't feel like you're about to tip over, you don't feel like you're about to fall. Because we want you to be comfortable. If you're scared that you're about to slip, if you feel afraid of falling, if you're off balance, your muscles are going to tense up to try and save you. And if your muscles are tense, you're not going to be able to relax. All right? So adjust, scoot your butt, scoot your legs, scoot your hands, do whatever you got to do. And when you're ready, we're going to breathe. All right? Inhale. Chill, hold that, relax, exhale. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Let's go. 2 and 3 times. Inhale, hold, exhale. Sink a little deeper into that stretch. Third time. Inhale, hold, exhale. Sink a little deeper into that stretch. Adjust your hands, adjust your butt, adjust your legs. Find a comfortable, safe, stable feeling position, and we're ready to go a tiny bit deeper. All right. If you want, these are optional. See if you can push your right leg out a little bit, push your left leg out a little bit, push your right leg out a little bit, push your left leg out a little bit. Just a little tiny wiggle, little shake. And once you can't go any deeper, we're ready to go ahead and count down. Your heels should be down, your toes are up, and your knees are pointing up. Our heads are also, the top of our heads are pointing up. You're in your first side position, and we are ready to count down. 30 seconds, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. All right. If your hand support is light enough to just scoot out of the way to crawl forward, great. If it is not that easy, you might have to wiggle around and adjust. But I want you to crawl forward a little bit, make some room for your legs to bring your legs in underneath you. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to as you express the suffering that you're experiencing right now. I'm not laughing at your suffering. I just laugh when I call it suffering. So chill, breathe, relax for a second, let your muscles stop tensing up for just another moment. And we're going to get back into standing. We're going to shake out our limbs. All right. I want you to take a step forward. And I want you to get ready to shake, 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 shake. Shake out your ankles. Shake, 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 shake. Start nice and slow and gentle, but pick up the intensity as you find that it's not so bad. Shake a little harder, shake a little faster, shake a little wider, shake a little deeper. Shake, 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 shake. And take a couple steps, do a little wiggle, make sure this leg feels a little bit better, and let's shake out the other leg. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flap, 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 flop, 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 flop. All right. The reason why we're shaking out our legs is because if you'll see that your leg is getting all floppy and wiggly and shaky, the muscles that would be tense, keeping it from being all floppy, shaky, and wiggly are, not tense. They're relaxed, and that's what we want, relaxation. So take a couple of quick steps now that you're shaking out your legs. Make sure your legs are moving okay, not so stiff. And we're going to move on to our hips. All right. I want you to put all your weight in one leg. On the other leg, bring the big toe down onto the ground. Have your leg slightly bent like this. I want you to try your best to take this knee and stick it that way, directly to the left. Flex your glutes, open up your hip, point the knee that way. Then bring it back. Contract the muscles here in the center of your groin-ish area. Bring that knee all the way in so the knees are basically touching. And do the opposite. Open it up, and bring it in. And open it up, and bring it in, and open, and close, and open, and close, and in, and out, and out, and in, and I don't even know what else we're saying. We're going to shake out those legs a little bit now. What we just did was focus on contracting the muscles, getting that full range of motion, and now we just want them to relax. Shake, 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 flop, 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 flop. If you can get your thighs to relax a little bit while you shake back and forth, fantastic. We're moving on to the other side. All your weight on one leg, big toe is down. Bring the knee in and out, and 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 in and out. And if you can, shake out the leg, do a little dance. All your weight, again, still in this leg. There's just a tiny little bit of weight in this big toe to help you anchor that toe down so you can shake out the rest of your body and go. That is a whole bunch of shaky, shaky stuff. Hopefully, your hips are relaxed. I'm going to check the time real quick. We are at 9:48. Oh, we're doing great on time. Let's get into side split number 2. All right. Hit your hand support right up in front of you, butt up against the wall. Take half of a little tiny baby step forward, open up those legs, and get ready to fold. Hands on your hand support. Butt against the wall, legs a little wider. All right. From here, we're going to find a slightly deeper position that's comfortable, where you feel like you're in control, where you don't feel like you're slipping, you don't feel like you're falling, so that you can actually get into it and be like, this is cool. This is chill. I can chill here. We want that feeling. All right. From here, we're going to rotate the legs so that your heels are down, your toes are up, your knees are pointing up. Boom. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. And we're going to open it up, drop a little bit deeper, find a comfortable spot to stay in, and we're going to start breathing, trying to relax and let our muscles drop into a slightly deeper stretch. All right. Big breath in, inhale. Hold. Exhale, relax. See if you can sink a little deeper into your stretch. If you can't, don't worry about it. Don't force yourself into a deeper stretch. Relax yourself into a deeper stretch. And that can be very confusing and hard at first. All right. Inhale. Hold. Relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Third time. Let's do it. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can get just a tiny bit deeper. Do a little wiggle to the right, little to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Tiny, 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 tiny little wiggle. And if you're ready for side split number 2, let's get ready to go. You got the option. You can stick with the version that we just did where the toes, knees are pointing up, head is pointing up. You can also sort of walk your hands forward a tiny little bit so that you look like you're about to do a push-up. You can do this on your hand support if you want. You don't have to be low enough to get your hands on the ground. And What happens when we do this is our legs rotate forward a little bit. Our knees and our toes are pointing up at like a 45-ish degree angle. All right. When it's rotated, you're going to feel a stretch more in the inner thighs. That is what we want with this position. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. If it doesn't feel intense enough for you because you're resting so much weight on your hands or anything like that, you got excuses, bend your elbows. Suddenly, everything should feel way harder. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk your hands forward a little bit. Bring your legs in underneath your back. This is our second side split. Take your time. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. Ugh. All right, that's number 2. Let's come back into standing and get ready for side split number 3. Take a step forward. Oof. Come on back into standing. And let's shake it out. Shake out the ankles. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Shake some more, wiggle some more, flop some more, shake some more, wiggle some more, flop some more, shake and wiggle and flop in. Whew. Relax. Bring the other leg in. Let's go. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 and whew. Do a little lean to one side, lean to the other. Take a couple of steps forward. Salsa. Front, back, do. Have some fun with your legs. Get some blood pumping back into those muscles. Make sure everything's working. And let's move on into our hips. All right. All your weight in one leg, big toe is down. We'll bring the knee in and out, in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. If you're new to this, you're building up strength, you're building up control, you're building up the full range of motion by bringing your knees in and out. All right. If you're a little bit more of a regular, been doing this for a while, feel free to shake a little faster, shake a little harder, shake, 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 flop, 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 flop. You don't have to go as deep into the full range of motion. All right. Switching, other leg, all your weight on one leg, big toe is down, in, out, 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 and shaky, 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 wiggle, 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 flop, 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 relax, because it's time to get into side split number 3. Let's get ready to wrap this up. Hands on your hand support. Well, actually, excuse me. Bring your hand support in front of you so that you can fold and put your hands on your hand support. Butt up against the wall, legs a little wider. Let's fold. Hands down on your hand support. Butt resting against the wall. Open up, slide on down a little deeper into your stretch. Find a comfortable spot and let's get ready to rotate the legs. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. All right. Let the legs open. Drop a little deeper. Find a comfortable, secured spot for you where you can chill, where you can relax, where you can potentially sink a little deeper into your stretch. All right. We're getting ready to breathe. Inhale. Hold. Relax. Sink a little deeper. Again. Inhale. Hold. Relax. Oof, that's 2. Third time. Let's do it. Inhale. Hold. Relax. That's 3. Whew. If you want, these are optional. We can do a little wiggle to the right and left, all right? A little wiggle to the right, little wiggle to the left, little wiggle to the right, little wiggle to the left. Push those heels out just a little tiny bit more if you got it in you. If you don't worry about it. Get rid of everything. Let's get ready for side split number 3. You got options. You can do the first side split where our toes and our knees are pointing up and the top of our head is pointing up. You can do the second side split where we walk our hands forward a little bit. We're in that push-up position. Our knees and our toes are pointing upwards at like a 45-degree angle to feel it in the inner thigh. Pick whichever one you like. Just get ready to begin. We're starting 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, put your hands down. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. Bring your legs in underneath you. I do a really intense version of a side split stretch for the third and final round. You do not have to do it that way. In fact, if you're new to the show, definitely don't do it that way because it's really intense. Whew. All right, that was all the hard stuff. We're basically done with most of the stuff. We just got a little bit of cooling off, a little bit of shaking left. All right. And then I'll check back at the chat. We'll do some Q&A. I'll tell you about other stuff that I do, and we'll be able to wrap up. Let's get into standing. Take a step forward. Ugh. Grunt some more. Make as many painful, funky noises as you want. Let's shake out our ankles. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Relax. Remember, the goal is to flop around. It's to get loose, to let your muscles just be chilling and get rid of as much tension as possible so that your muscles are calm. And switch to the side if you haven't already. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. You don't have to shake the exact way that I show you. I like to start with the ankle because it's easy to see and it's easy to tell when it's like loose and it's floppy, right? If you want to start combining all the movements that we just did into one super movement, right? We did this one, the in and out and in and out and in and out with the ankle shake. And you want to go, feel free to experiment. Have fun with it. The goal at the end of the day is to get your muscles relaxed so that you can get into a deeper second stretch, a deeper third stretch. So as long as that goal is achieved, how you shake out your body, how you get loose, as long as you stay safe, as long as you don't get injured, doesn't bother me. All right? Just guidance to help you get started. Let's continue with our hip stuff. All your weight in one leg, big toe is down. I am a big believer in taking that mobility, finding something fun to do with it so it's easier to keep, it's easier to maintain. If you have to suffer every single time you want to do this workout, it's going to be much harder to maintain your mobility. It's going to be much harder to maintain your flexibility. So, seeing as it's about time to do a lot of celebrating, I like to recommend that you work on some stanky leg. All right. If you know what a stanky leg looks like, it looks a little bit like this. Boom, you pull that leg in underneath you. Boom, 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 boom. Combine the stanky leg to both sides. That's basically us working on this motion, right? Pulling that leg in. And if you want to do the opposite, you can just add in a second movement, open it up, slide that leg out, bring it in, slide it out, bring it in, slide it out, bring it in, slide it out. Have fun with the movement, and it's going to be much easier for you to enjoy the exercise, enjoy the movement, make it easier for you to keep the mobility that you're building. All right. I think that's probably enough for this hip. Let's work on the other hip. All your weight on one leg. Big toe is down. Wait, did I already do this one? Other. That's what I meant. All the weight in this leg. Big toe is down. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Couple of extra stanky legs. Even it out. And let's shake everything. Get loose, relax. Let's get ready to wrap up with some joint checks. All right. We're going to do some hip circles. Nice and slow. I want you to lean your hip into one side. Oh, slowly sink into a deep, 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 deep. And your hips are getting nicely stretched out. And do a couple of circles all the way around. Then go the other way. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. We did a whole bunch of hip stretches. This is a really slow, chill way to kind of discover what is suffering after we've done all those stretches. And if you're feeling tension on any of these places, feel free to give this some extra love. All right. Oh, next, we're going to move on into our calf raises. We do calf raises a little bit funny. It's a little intense. We try to engage as many muscles in the lower body as possible all at once. And they look a little bit like this. I want you to bring your feet about hips width apart. Not super wide, not super narrow, about hips width apart. All right. We're going to pop into a squat. Come on down. And I want you to focus on bring your upper body sort of forward that way. And I want you to take your knees and I want you to try your best to point them that way too. All right. I want you to feel this crazy stretch in your Achilles tendon in the back of your calf and in your calves, I guess. And I want you to feel like you're about to tip over, like you're going, oh, The reason why we want this is because it forces your toes and the arch of your foot to kick in, to flex, to get really, really activated, to keep you from falling forward, right? All of your body weight kind of wants to go forward. Your toes are slamming into the ground, gripping the floor, trying to keep you from flopping over. And from here, we're gonna do some calf raises. I want you to put your hands down on either side if you can reach. If you cannot reach, feel free to grab something else, like use a wall for assistance or even a chair or even your hand support. My hand support's way back over there. I'm not gonna use it. All right, let's do some calf raises. Come on up. Lift those heels onto your toesy woesies. And I want you to try your best to balance your weight between your big toe and your index toe so that your heels go almost straight. See if you're looking. If you're not looking, then that's fine. Don't worry about it. Heels up, big toe, index toe is where the weight is centered. Our heels are going straight up. You can do as many of these as you like when your calves are ready to call it quits and they're barely functioning. We're ready to wrap. Whew, that was our final joint check. What we just did was force our toes, because our whole body was about to fall forward. They forced our arch to kick in to keep that foot stable. We put ourselves in a crazy stretch for our Achilles tendon for our calves, and then we contracted them and got a nice calf workout. Our quads were holding up our body weight. They were complaining the whole time. Our low back was trying to keep our back forward folded but straight, and they were also complaining. And then we started doing crazy calf raises, right? So our hips, our knees, our ankles, they were all working decently well together. If you were able to get through most of this, chances are you're probably doing okay. So, thank you so much, everyone, for coming in, practicing consistency, working on your side splits, working on hip mobility with me today. We are ready to wrap right now. Thank you for being here. I hope you had fun. I hope you have a lot more movement and freedom and floppiness to enjoy. All right. Again, if you enjoyed this show, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and we do this every single day starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. That means we started an hour and 3 minutes ago. If you like the show, you want to do more of it, we're here every single day, here to help you practice a bit of consistency. All right. This is not the only content I make. This is just probably the most intense hour of content that I make. But the rest of my content is more around trying to integrate a little bit of movement, a little bit of fitness into your daily life. If you got 2 minutes, you're waiting for coffee to come out the machine, you got a microwave, up some leftovers. If you've got 6, 8, 10 minutes waiting for pasta to get al dente, you can train your body. Your legs can get cooked just as well. All right. The time. If you got 2 minutes, if you were able to do 2 minutes calf raises nonstop, something really basic that doesn't really occupy any space, just go up and down. 2 minutes is a lot of calf raises. If you could do squats for 2 minutes, that'd be a crazy amount of squats. If you could do a movement from our show, the Cossack switch from side to side, or even Cossack start a day, because you got a little tiny bit of time here, a little time on a given day. All right. If you hit follow, if you hit subscribe, hopefully next time you have one of those moments and you start doom scrolling, you'll doom scroll into my content. You'll get a nice little reminder that we can totally exercise. Then you'll do a little bit. Maybe it won't be 2 minutes, maybe it'll be 30 seconds, but that will be a good 30. And your joints will appreciate you for it. Because your joints don't have blood vessels. They have blood vessels. When they get damaged, when they get injured, you got blood pumping right through, trying to heal them, sending them nutrients, clearing waste, doing all that good stuff. But your joints, they don't have blood vessels. If they did, every time you jumped, your knees would explode into a big pile of blood and bruises, and they'd turn purple. They'd be just perpetually purple, or green, or blue, or whatever color bruises look like on you. And they don't have blood vessels for a very important reason, because your blood vessels would not be very happy. All right, and that it's kind of a goop that only moves around, only travels around, only clears away waste, only brings in fresh nutrients if you move your joints, if you're moving your body. So even if you're a little bit injured, you've been babying your knee for a little bit, you got to do some movement. Does not mean if your knee hurts, you got to go jump up and down. That is a lot of movement. That might not be movement you're ready for, but some movement gets not the blood flowing necessarily, but the nutrients flowing, the synovial fluid flowing, and that will help you recover. That will help you feel better, and your body needs it and will appreciate it. So Don't sleep on the moments you got. Don't sleep on doing something real gentle for your body because you think, oh, that's not enough for my muscles to grow. That's not the point. All right. Moving well is its own thing, and you can pursue that really far deep into crazy worlds of people doing like bendy, foldy, crazy stuff. You don't need to get that deep, but if you got like 5% of that energy, you'd be able to crush anything in your regular life. All right. Our goal is to make sure that you move well, take care of your bodies, move relatively pain free, and keep that pain free for as long as possible. So, now that I have completely rambled for way too long, I'm gonna check the chat and see if there's anything I gotta answer. And if not, we'll get ready to wrap. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll over on YouTube real quick because thank you so much, Keisha. I appreciate it. Happy stretching, everyone. I'll be on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Love it. Thank you, Keisha. Neko Panda says hello. It's 4 a.m. for Neko Panda, but he is a big football fan, and he's excited about Portugal winning against Croatia and is now going to sleep. Thanks for checking in, Echo Panda. I appreciate it. Queen RR is excited about the Senegal Belgium game and says that was insane. Che sending good vibes in the chat. I think that is all of the chat over on YouTube. So I'm gonna hop on over to TikTok. I'm gonna sit my butt down and take a look. It looks like we had some stuttering internet today as well, and I saw a couple of notifications. YouTube reconnected a couple of times, so I think that hit our numbers pretty roughly, but I'm very really, very thankful and happy that some of you are still on hanging out. User 6607. I should just find a better name for this. Nope, the username is still user 6607. Says you got this, goat of stretching. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's so kind. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. I'm gonna try to remember to smile, not look like a crazy person when I take that screenshot. And I don't know when I'm gonna look at it, but when I do one day, I'll be like, oh, that was a nice compliment. Janelle says, did you say car? I might have really early in the show, but I don't think that is what you should have heard based on when that chat came in. Minstrel Lover says, you stretch those hamstrings. All right. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the encouragement. Lucifer said, no way, Jose. I think that was during our Cossack switches. Drop a little further. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, 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 shake. And it's time for the really, really, really hard side splits. Seconds. But since I'm counting, it'll probably be closer to 40, 30. 29, 28 seconds. But since I'm counting, it'll probably be closer to 40, 30. 29, 28, 27, 24, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. I think I'm good there. I'm calling it. That's it. I'm done. That's a bonus fourth round where I don't think I really pulled off the full 30 seconds, but that's okay. That's fine. We're good. Thank you so much for coming in, practicing consistency, working on your side splits. We're ready to wrap. We do this live every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we started an hour and 12 minutes ago. If you're somehow still on and you haven't hit follow or subscribe yet, that'd be crazy. But feel free to go hit those follow and subscribe. And I'll see you real soon. 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And the day after, and probably the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, because we are live every single day, Monday through Sunday. All right, cool. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.